The African savanna is a stage where survival is won through strength, and no creature symbolizes the struggle better than male lions. They do not just rule. They must constantly prove they deserve their thrones. Each territory is a fortress that must be defended tooth and nail, literally. Every day, coalitions are formed, kingdoms are solidified, and bloody battles decide the fate of entire prides. Today, we will explore the stories of two remarkable territorial battles where veteran lions and young rivals clashed in confrontations that defined territories and sealed destinies. We will meet Kwandwe and Menomahalo, two seasoned kings of the Majestic Reserve, who had to defend their supremacy against the Addo males, a bold and ambitious young coalition. Then we will travel to the territory of the Marsh Pride, where Logal, a solitary veteran, faced the Enkoyonai coalition in an uneven and tragic showdown. These conflicts are not just demonstrations of brute strength. They carry the marks of carefully crafted strategies, alliances forged by survival, and the price paid for ambition. With every roar, with every attack, the lions reaffirm the savanna's primordial law: only the strongest live to reign. Get ready to dive into stories of glory, tragedy, and resilience as we explore the fight for supremacy in the African savanna. The battles you are about to witness not only decided the fate of territories, but also left scars on the wild landscape and echoes of roars that span generations. Kwandwe and Menomahalo were the veterans of the Majestic Reserve, known for their strength and skill in dominating territories. Kwandwe, in particular, was the largest lion in the reserve, with a reputation that intimidated many rivals. Menomahalo, his coalition partner, shared his experience, and together they ruled with authority. Their coalition was respected and feared, but as in the savanna, nothing is permanent, and new challenges arose. The Addo males were two young lions who had recently formed their coalition. Ambitious and impulsive, they were searching for territories to claim as their own. They spotted an opportunity in the northwestern sector of Majestic, Kwandwe's territory, to prove their strength and establish their space. The first encounter between the Addo males and Kwandwe took place in March 2020, when the young lions directly challenged the old king. They entered the northwestern sector, marking the territory and emitting roars that were a clear invitation to battle. Kwandwe, alone at that time, immediately responded. Hey everyone, don't forget to like the video, and if you enjoy lion battle content, subscribe to our channel so YouTube understands and shows you more videos like this. Now let's dive into the action. The battle was intense. The Addo males, though inexperienced, had the advantage of numbers and tried to immobilize Kwandwe. However, they were facing not only the largest lion in the reserve but also a seasoned veteran accustomed to fighting. During the confrontation, Kwandwe sustained injuries, but his resilience surprised his opponents. After several clashes, both sides retreated. Kwandwe withdrew to avoid further harm, while the Addo males, confident, claimed part of the territory. Although the outcome seemed like a partial victory for the Addo males, they failed to eliminate Kwandwe, who remained an imminent threat. 6 months later, in March 2021, the rivalry reached its climax. This time, Kwandwe was not alone. Menomahalo, his loyal partner, was by his side, and together they decided to reclaim what they had lost. The confrontation occurred in the southwestern sector of Majestic, where the Addo males had settled. As soon as the veterans detected the intruders, a fierce chase began. Roars echoed across the savanna as the Addo males tried to escape. During the pursuit, Kwandwe and Menomahalo managed to catch one of the young lions. Surrounded and cornered, he tried to resist. The confrontation was brutal. Kwandwe immobilized the young male while Menomahalo repeatedly attacked him. The other Addo male, realizing his brother's predicament, attempted to return to help but was quickly chased away by Menomahalo. Without support, the first Addo could not defend himself for long. After minutes of fighting, the veterans ended the confrontation, killing the young lion. With their victory secured, Kwandwe roared, declaring his triumph. The second Addo male, who had fled, was expelled from the region and disappeared from Majestic's territory. The coalition of Kwandwe and Menomahalo reaffirmed their dominance, demonstrating that even when faced with younger rivals, experience and strength remained decisive factors in the savanna. For the Addo males, the battle was a brutal reminder that ambition, without sufficient strategy and strength, can come at a high cost. Logal versus the three Enko-Yonai males. Logal was a lion renowned for his commanding presence and firm leadership in the Marsh Pride territory. For years, he ruled alongside a partner, protecting his coalition and securing his lineage. But the Savannah is a place where circumstances change rapidly, and Logal now faced a challenging situation. His partner had disappeared, possibly killed by other rivals, leaving him isolated in an extensive and coveted territory. Meanwhile, the Enko-Yonai coalition, composed of three brothers, Lenko, Mwana, and Jicho, was on the rise. These young lions, offspring of regional legends, were in search of rich territories to conquer and consolidate their dominance. They were known for their strength, teamwork, and relentless ambition. The territory of the Acacia Pride, adjacent to Marsh Pride, became their primary target. The Enko-Yonai invaded the Acacia Pride territory on a sweltering October morning. Logal, ever vigilant to unusual movements in his region, quickly detected the threat. Despite knowing he was outnumbered, he decided to confront the three brothers to defend his kingdom. The confrontation began with a series of roars that echoed across the savannah. Logal's roars carried a clear warning. This territory already had an owner, but the Enko-Yonai did not back down. On the contrary, they responded with their own roars, a direct challenge to the veterans' authority. Shortly after, the three brothers advanced in formation, while Logal positioned himself for the fight. Logal, experienced and strategic, initiated the confrontation by attacking first. He charged at Lenko, the leader of the coalition, with a powerful strike. The force of the attack surprised the young males, showing that despite being alone, Logal was still a formidable opponent. Lenko staggered but quickly recovered, while Mwana and Jicho flanked Logal. The battle quickly became uneven. Logal was surrounded, and every attempt to attack one brother left his back exposed to the others. He managed to hold his ground, using his agility and strength to deliver precise blows, but the Enko-Yonai's coordination began to prevail. Mwana attacked from behind, while Jicho forced Logal to turn constantly. Lenko recovered, led a decisive charge, knocking Logal to the ground. At that moment, the three brothers worked together to immobilize him. Even as he lay on the ground, Logal fought fiercely, biting and striking whenever possible, but the combined weight of the three was overwhelming. During the struggle, Logal suffered a devastating spinal injury that left him unable to move his hind legs. Even so, he continued trying to fight, roaring in pain and determination. The Enko-Yonai showed no mercy. They intensified their attacks, ensuring that Logal could not rise again. After several minutes, the veteran finally gave in, exhausted and mortally wounded. Lenko, Mwana, and Jicho roared in unison, celebrating their victory. Logal's body, immobilized in the tall grass, was left as a symbol of the end of his reign and the beginning of a new era for the Acacia Pride territory. The Enko-Yonai's victory was not just the triumph of a young coalition over a solitary veteran. It marked a significant shift in the balance of power in the region. With Logal out of the way, the brothers took control of the Acacia Pride, expanding their territory and solidifying their position as a dominant force in the savannah. Logal's death brought direct consequences for the Marsh Pride. Without its leader, the Pride became vulnerable to invasions and internal divisions. The disappearance of the veteran also had a psychological impact on the region, as he was a respected and feared figure. His fall was a stark reminder of the fragility of even the most powerful kings of the savannah. For the Enko-Yonai, the victory reinforced their reputation as a ruthless and strategic coalition. They proved that with teamwork and determination, it was possible to overcome even an experienced and formidable adversary like Logal. This battle also highlighted the unforgiving nature of wildlife. In the savannah, strength alone is rarely enough. Numbers, strategy, and persistence often determine the victor. Logal's story is tragic, but it also exemplifies the inevitable reality that even the most powerful kings eventually meet younger and stronger adversaries. Logal's body was consumed by the savannah, but his legacy endures. He will be remembered as a courageous leader who fought until the very end to protect his territory. For the Enko-Yonai, their victory is just the beginning of a new era, one filled with new challenges and rivalries waiting to unfold. The Savannah never stays the same for long. As the cycle of life continues, new kings will rise to fight and prove their worth, perpetuating the eternal story of the struggle for supremacy. The stories of Kwandwe, Manomahalo, Logal, and the Ado and Enko-Yonai males are living examples of how these battles shape the destinies not just of individuals, but of entire territories. For Kwandwe and Manomahalo, unity and experience were crucial in maintaining control of their kingdom, showing that well-bonded veterans can withstand even the fierce ambition of younger rivals. On the other hand, Logal's fall to the Enko-Yonai coalition reveals the ruthless nature of these disputes. Even a respected and seasoned king can be toppled when faced with more numerous and coordinated adversaries. His death not only marked the end of his reign but also ushered in a new era in the Acacia Pride territory, now dominated by the Enko-Yonai brothers. These conflicts are not merely acts of violence. They serve a clear purpose in maintaining ecological balance. Territorial battles regulate population density, ensure the survival of the strongest, and promote genetic diversity. The Savannah is not just a battlefield but a system where every victory and defeat has consequences that extend beyond the individual. As brutal as they may seem, these battles reflect the essence of wildlife. Every decision, every move, and every confrontation is dictated by the need to survive and perpetuate the lineage. In the Savannah, there are no guarantees of victory or stability. There is only the certainty that the cycle of life continues, and new kings will rise to challenge the old. The stories presented here serve as a powerful reminder of the fragility and strength that coexist in nature. For lions, the fight for power is eternal, and as long as there are territories to conquer and prides to protect, roars will continue to echo across the horizon. The Savannah, with all its beauty and brutality, remains the ultimate stage for this fight for supremacy. The Savannah is a place of extremes. Under the relentless heat of the sun and the vast open skies, the lives of lions are shaped by an ongoing struggle for territory, power, and survival. The battles we witnessed between Kwandwe and Manomahalo against the young Ado males, and between Logal and the Enko-Yonai coalition, are just fragments of a larger narrative. They illustrate the complexity of the animal kingdom, where courage, strength, and strategy are tested daily. Kwandwe and Manomahalo showed that unity and experience can triumph over youthful boldness. They preserved their territory, but not without injuries and scars, reminders that even the strongest pay a price for supremacy. Logal, on the other hand, faced the harsh reality of standing alone against a powerful coalition. His fall was a grim reminder that even the most formidable kings have their limits. These stories are not just about conflicts. They are about cycles of power being renewed, of territories changing hands, and of lessons learned and passed on. For lions, every battle is a page written in the history of the Savannah, a tale of bravery, sacrifice, and above all, survival. As the day in the Savannah comes to an end and the sky turns shades of orange and red, the scars of these battles fade into the twilight, but their consequences remain. New kings will rise, new coalitions will form, and the cycle will continue. And so, as the sun sets, the Savannah reminds us that only the strongest, most resilient, and most determined will endure. Here, where the roar of a lion can be heard for miles, the fight for supremacy is the true essence of life. Hey everyone, let us know in the comments if you've heard of these lions before and what score from 0 to 5 you'd give to this battle. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like to support us. See you in the next video.